Hello, hello students. How are you today? I'm so excited to bring you another lesson in our Level 2 series. We've been taking a little bit of a break since I've been recovering from my surgery and getting settled in my new home, but I'm ready to see you again. So let's get started. Before we do that though, if you can like and comment on this video, just let me know how I'm doing. Let me know how you're liking the songs that I'm assigning and see how you're doing with your progress, okay? Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube, right? We have our little button there. That's the easiest way to keep track of your lessons and be able to reference them later in case you need to go back and view it again. And then, of course, I want to say thank you to my patrons. This channel and all of the things that I'm doing here to provide you lessons would not be possible without your support. So I really, really appreciate those that have stuck around through all the ups and downs of our learning journey. But we're continuing on here, and I'm excited to keep going. Thank you so much. All right, so let's get started. Last lesson, if you remember, in our lesson book, we had assigned the song Malagueña, which is a Spanish dance. Very dramatic, right? We have that picture of that dancer stomping her feet and moving her dress all around. We're going to play through Malagueña together to see how we're doing on it. And then we'll give ourselves a chance to learn some new music today, okay? So open your book to page 20. You'll see Malagueña, okay? All right, I'll give you a moment to do that. Let's switch to piano view, okay? Here we go. All right, Malagueña, we know it starts in an irregular place. Our left hand is starting in the treble clef E. We have pianissimo to begin, so extra quiet. And our foot is on the pedal, okay? Let's take it and see how it goes. Did you get that drama? Did you see that dancer stomping her feet and moving her dress? I'm sure you did. It's a very dramatic piece. I hope it was fun. So good job for you. I like songs like that bring the drama, that bring the excitement to our pianos and really get us going and getting excited. So if you managed to get through that one, congratulations. We're going to move on to our next song, okay? So let's turn the page over to page 22 and 23. But first, before we get our song, we're going to look at page 22, okay? On this page, we are getting a new interval, which is the interval of a seventh, okay? Now, sevenths are really interesting because they don't really sound that great to our ears. They make something called, a sound called dissonant, okay? And dissonant means it doesn't sound very good. It's sounds off to our ear. We want it to sound more pleasing to our ear. That would be something called consonants, okay? But in this case with the seventh, it sounds dissonant or kind of wrong. That's on purpose, okay? When we look at sevenths at the keys themselves, we are skipping 5 white keys to make a seventh, okay? I'll switch to piano view so we can see what this looks like, okay? All right. Now looking here at a seventh, right? If I'm starting here on a C, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're skipping all of those. And we're gonna stretch our thumb all the way up to this note here. And listen to what it sounds like. This is what I mean. Doesn't sound that great, huh? Yeah. That's on purpose. All right. Now, if we keep that interval stretched open and move up one step to a D and a C, there it is again, that dissonant sound. Let's move up another one to E and D. Oh yeah, very, very dissonant, right? So as we're looking there, we hear how it doesn't sound that good, right? Now, when we're looking here at the staff and how sevenths are presented on your actual music, it's going to be line note to line note, very stretched out, or space note to space note, very stretched out, okay? On page 22, we have exercises that can help us sort of use those muscles and our fingers to be able to see what it feels like to play a seventh. So let's go over these little exercises on 22, okay? Back to piano view. All right, so we're starting with right hand melodic intervals in the middle of 22. We're starting with the right hand on middle C, finger 1. Let's start with these intervals. We have a second first, C to D, then a third, C to E, up now to a fourth, C to F. Very good. Now a fifth, C to G. Nice. Let's stretch to a sixth now, C to A. And then last, let's do that seventh, C to B. Stretch up. There it is. Very good. Now, let's try the second line. This is a little bit trickier. We're going to keep that interval of a seventh very wide in our right hand, starting with the C up to B. Now we're going to move our thumb to D, stretch your pinky up to the C. Up again, C, finger 1 on E, finger 5 on D. Up one more, finger 1 on F, finger 5 on E, and one more, finger 1 on G, and then finger 5 on F. Very nice. Now that's an exercise that you can work on for your right hand to really feel what it's like for your fingers to stretch that far for a seventh, okay? Let's try with the left hand now, okay? At the bottom of 22, let's do our melodic intervals for the left hand, starting with our bass clef C, and then we'll do our traveling sevenths going up, okay? Back to piano view. All right, so starting there with our left hand, finger 5 on our bass clef C, let's do our second, C to D. Now a third, C to E. Fourth, C to F. Fifth, C to G. C to A. And then C to B. Let's stretch that thumb. Very good. Now keeping that hand in the seventh, we're going to do our bottom line here. We are going to keep that hand, but let's move our thumb down to an F and stretch down to a G, pinky 5 on the bottom, okay? This is going to be our sevenths traveling. Here we go. G, up to F, step up to A, up to G, step up to B, up to A, step up to C, up to B, and then step up to D, up to middle C. There it is. Now that's a tricky line, I'm not going to lie to you, okay? That one right there, you just have to make sure you're starting in the right spot for that second line of your left hand melodic sevenths exercise, okay? That one begins on low G. Think G position, right? Pinky finger 5 on your low G. Then you'll stretch up to your seventh with your thumb on that F, okay? Let's learn our song now. You thought we were going to skip it, huh? No, you knew there was a song this week. So the song we've got for this week is called Our Special Waltz, okay? Now, if you're familiar with your waltzes, 3 beats a measure, right? We have 3/4 time. But this one's really interesting because we have a pattern of rhythm that's really interesting. It is eighth note, quarter, quarter, okay? Something like this. Eighth note, quarter, quarter, eighth note, quarter, quarter, eighth note, quarter, quarter, right? So that pattern repeats itself quite often in the right hand. So let's see how this goes, okay? We're going to begin with the right hand in our C position. We've got 3/4 waltz time. We're just going to do the right hand by itself, okay? Let's see how it goes. I will be looking specifically at the notes in certain spots. I'm not going to say all the notes because we should be able to start figuring that out on our own. But I will make a note of specific things that you should be aware of, okay? Let's switch to piano view so we can learn this right hand of our special waltz. All right, looking here, we have got our finger 2 on our E. Okay, usually we put our finger 2 on D, but this time we're going to be on E. We're going to start with that eighth note rhythm with the quarter notes following. Let's count off. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. Eighth note, quarter, quarter, E, C, up to A, E, C, B, A, G. Now we have a third, D and F. We're going to outline the F, D, B. Good. Down to D and F again. Same pattern. F, D, B, A. And you end on the E. Very good. Now we shift our hand back down to finger 2 on E for line 3. E, C, G. Stretching up to the 7th. Here we go. B, A, G. Now we have a third. Very good. Same finger. F, D, B. Very nice. Finger shift to the F on your finger 4. F, D, G. And that is how the song ends for the right hand, okay? Really interesting there. We have a couple finger shifts going on that you need to be aware of, okay? Remember, I wasn't going to give you all of the notes, right? I was only going to give you select notes. So I hope you made a note of those inside of your music. Take some time to do some circles, write in some letter names, even some finger number changes that might be helpful to you while you're learning this song, okay? Let's play the right hand again, okay? I'll keep it at this good slow tempo so that way it doesn't feel overwhelming, okay? Let's try it again. Starting with that finger 2 on your E. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ready and play. Good. Stretch to the 7th. B, A, G. Same fingers. F, D, B. Here we go. Again. F, D, B. Very good. Shift down, finger 2 on E. Very good. Did you get that 7th? Nice job. Finger shift coming up. Finger 4 on F. Here it is. F, D, G. Wonderful work on that. Yes. So as you're practicing this one, a lot of times it makes a lot of sense to break it down into pieces, right? If you can work on lines 1 and 2 for a few days only, just keep those under your fingers as you're learning the note patterns, then when you get to lines 3 and 4, it'll be way easier as you play it because they're very, very similar. The only difference is the last 2 measures of the song where you have the 8th note pattern going down in your C position. So make a note of that, okay? I think we should learn the left hand. What do you think? Well, you're lucky because the left hand is not too hard, okay? We know our intervals very well, so you will be happy to see a lot of the intervals that you already know, okay? Specifically, let's look at our music. The first 3 measures are dotted half notes, and they are fifths in C position, so you already know those. That's good. When we get to the final measure of line 1, we are outlining that V7. We have a B on the bottom with an F and G on top. So that's in a waltz pattern, but a V7 chord, right? When we get to line 2, it's the 6th, B and G, right? So make a note of that. Outline of that V7 again. V7 again, and then we finally, in the last measure of line 2, our left hand is playing C with a 3rd E and G. Okay? Very nice. This is good. Let's get at the piano and let's see how this sounds, okay? Here we go. All right, friends. So, like I said, we're starting with the open 5th, the harmonic 5th in the left-hand C position. We know this one is a C and a G. Okay, let me count off and we'll get started. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. 5th, 2, 3, 5th, 2, 3, 5th, 2. Now down to a B V7. 6th, 2, 3 V7. Very good. 6th again. 2, 3, back to C, E and G. Let's keep going. Line 3, 5th, 2, 3, 5th, 2, 3. One more. Very good. There's that V7 again. B, F, and G. 6th, 1, 2, 3, B on the bottom. Very good. One more 6th. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and on C with the 3rd. Yeah, that was great. How are you feeling about the left hand? It's just like going between 2 different chords, right? Or 2 different intervals. We have our 5th, our harmonic 5th in C position. Then we go into that V7 chord, right? B with your F and G, right? So those are the 2 intervals that we are going back and forth between in this one. So really, when we were introducing 7ths in the song, the only hand that's actually doing the 7th is the right hand, right? So there's no 7ths in the left hand for this song. Let's play the left hand again, and then we'll try hands together. Here we go. All right. You're doing so well on this song. It's a tricky one. I have a lot of students that get hung up on this one a lot because they're not paying close attention to those intervals as they happen. If you're paying close attention, then you are already light years ahead of those other students. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3 V7. Very good. Here we go. 2, 3. Now C. Line 3. Here we go. 5th. 2, 3. final sixth. Here we go. 2, 3, end on C with a third. Very good. All right. Are we ready to do hands together? I think you're ready. Let's do it. All right, find your spot. We've got a fifth in that left hand. We're starting with the right hand finger 2 on E. Remember, that's the different part here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ready and play. And that is our special waltz. All right. You're going to have a lot of fun learning this song. I just know it. If you need any extra help on it, you know where to drop your videos, right? If line 3 is giving you trouble, if line 4 is giving you trouble, if you're having issues with the dynamics, the tempo, the rhythms, you know where to find me. Go ahead and hop on Discord, and in the Level 2 channel, you ask your questions and post your videos. I will do my best to answer them and give you some helpful tips and examples to help you get through it, okay? Very good. All right, so that is going to be our song in the lesson book, okay? Let's go ahead and close that. Now over to your technique book. I want you to turn to group 7, okay? Group 7 is on page 14. And we're going to get 2 exercises, okay? These 2 exercises are called high kickers and building sevenths, okay? I'm going to play through the 2 exercises to help you understand how we use sevenths at the piano, okay? I'll switch to piano view and you follow along in your music. All right, so group 7A is called high kickers. This one in particular is focusing on the intervals, moving up from a second all the way to 7th, but look at the articulation. We have little mini slurs, right? They look like little smiley faces. So let's play through it and see how it goes, okay? 1, 2, ready, play. Repeat. Now the left hand. Repeat. And that's high kickers. All right. It's a fun one. Do note that these are stepward motion going up with our intervals, right? You start with your second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh again, and then end on C. Okay, that's the pattern. Let's move on to B, which is building sevenths. This one's a little bit more complicated because you're traveling up the piano now. So it's a little more complicated. Make sure you are using your muscle memory to keep those fingers open and your hand open in the interval of a seventh, and it'll make traveling up the piano much easier, okay? Here we go. Building sevenths. Now this one I'm going to play a little bit more slowly because it's a little more complicated. Right hand starts on a middle C. We are stretching our pinky all the way up to our high B. And here it goes, building sevenths. 1, 2, ready, play. C, B, up to D, up to C, E, F, a sixth. Very good. Let's play that line again. Repeat, finger 1 on C. D, E, F, G, sixth. Very nice. Let's do the left hand now. Left hand begins on a low G this time. So stretch that thumb up to your F. Here we go. Up to A, B, C, then D, pinky up to E, and play a sixth. Let's repeat that line. Let's go back down to our low G. And a sit of 6. There it is. Very nice. Yes, so for your technique, building sevenths is going to take a little bit more brain juice, but I know you can do it, okay? Use that muscle memory to your advantage. The right hand muscle memory for sevenths, I have it like totally good. The left hand with sevenths muscle memory, it's a little bit shakier for me, okay? Use that energy and that brain power to really, really focus on that left hand because I know it can get a little bit shaky, okay? All right. Good, you can close that book. Let's move over to your theory. You're gonna get 1 page of theory for this week, okay? Turn to page 16. And we have 1 page on measuring sevenths. Remember, skipping 5 white keys on the piano is your seventh, and they're written line note to line note or space note to space note, okay? Complete this page for me, and if you have questions, go ahead and ask on Discord, okay? Very good. All right, well that concludes our lesson for today. I hope you learned something awesome. I'm really happy to get back into the groove of things here, so expect those lessons on a more regular basis, okay? All right, thank you very much for watching. We gotta end our lesson with a music quote, don't we? Yeah, we're back in the groove. Here we go. So our music quote today comes from the American percussionist, Mickey Hart. And this is what he says. "There's nothing like music to relieve the soul and uplift it," right? Do you ever find yourself in a bad mood or feeling sad or down? What happens when you turn on one of your favorite songs? Does it help you feel better? That's what he's talking about here. It really, really helps us change the way we see things when we have on one of our favorite songs. So remember the power of music. I like that quote. Thanks again for joining us today. We had a great time. Don't forget to subscribe, hop on the Discord server, and thank you so much for being a patron. This would not be possible without you. So I'll see you next time, okay? Happy practicing. Bye-bye.